What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at HBI Auto and we get to take a look at this 2014 Lamborghini Aventador LP700-4. So massive shout out to them for providing this supercar for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website because they have a ton of awesome pre-owned inventory to choose from, including the Huracan that you can see off in the distance. So definitely check them out. Well, we get to check this out. I've reviewed a few Aventadors. I've never actually been able to drive one out on the road, so I'm super excited. This is a 50th anniversary. You can see it's finished off in matte black too, which is a perfect color for this raging bull. It also has around 12,000 miles on it, and its list price is just over $336,000. So let's jump right into it. What powers the Lamborghini Aventador? So it is a mid-mounted supercar. In order to open up this rear hatch, you can see it does have the glass covering, so you can look at that engine all the time, which is of course great to see. But to open up that hatch, there is a latch just behind the driver's seat here. I'll go ahead and pull that. Of course, we have the awesome doors there. And once we come around back, now we can look at the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine. And as the badge on the side would indicate, this has 700 horsepower, right around 7,200 RPM, and 508 pound-feet of torque, around 5,500 RPM. This is an all-wheel drive supercar, weighs just over 4,000 pounds, but it can still do 0 to 60 in just under 3 seconds, up to its top speed of 217 miles an hour. And since we're around back, let's go ahead and start off with the rear end of the Aventador. I don't think you can go wrong with any angle for this vehicle. We have sharp lines pretty much in every direction. You can see them coming down both sides on the top as well. This does have an active spoiler. We'll see inside if we can actually pop that with the vehicle stationary here. But looking at these taillights now, you'll notice that a lot of Lamborghinis have that Y design, so you can see that running in the turn signal there. We have heat extraction vents on both sides, as well as that center mounted exhaust, which will start up here soon. You can also see the lower diffuser here with all of those fins. Just to tie in nicely, this does also have a backup camera and parking sensors. So you could technically drive this every single day. You have plenty of visibility with that camera setup. As we work our way to the side now, this is a staggered setup for the wheels. We have 20 inches up front and 21s in the rear. You can see a Lamborghini on the orange brake calipers. Really nice color combo against this matte black finish. Just behind the doors, there's also another really massive air inlet, so you can get plenty of cooling to that engine. You'll also see there's one behind the second glass there. So lots of cooling, really nice design wrapping right around the window too, to incorporate and kind of hide that air inlet just a little bit. I love that crisp line that runs right through the door all the way to the rear fender. And you can see this is a very low car. Really nice proportions all around. And then as we work our way up front, we get more parking sensors. You can see there's a Y design for the DRL going right around the headlight there. We have the turn signals right in the middle. More air inlets, of course. Really nice, aggressive lower section for that bumper. And there is also a front storage area. We have a latch right in the middle, so you can pull this. It's a little bit more convenient to pull on that. And you can see I have my camera gear. We have a few other items up front. You actually have a good amount of storage space, so you can drive this. You can put some items up front, which is of course great for a supercar like this. I think you could actually daily drive this. We'll get it out on the road and see how it drives. But of course we have the doors. There's also some buttons here if you had to put it on a flatbed or something like that. And so now it's time to hop into the interior for the Aventador. You can see I have the door up right now. It's really not in the way, even though it's right there. I kind of have to just lean back just a little bit to go ahead and hop in. And we have the grab handle. It's actually a very lightweight door, so it makes it easy to close. And then this is the release. So if I push this front section here, then I can pull this tab up, and with my elbow there, kind of push it up the rest of the way. So it's a pretty easy system to use. You can see we have lock and unlock with the side mirror adjustments, and we have the 50th symbol right there. Of course, the entire dash is finished off in leather and red stitching, which is a really nice accent. We have the leather wrapped steering wheel with a few hand controls and the massive column mounted paddle shifters. You'll see over on the left side too, there's the headlight controls and a few other dimmer switches. And then right in the center, I think it's time to fire this up and listen to how this sounds. And then as you just heard, there are 3 different driving modes for the Aventador. We have Strada, Sport, and Corsa, and you can go between them just by using these buttons on both sides. And obviously you heard the differences in the exhaust note. But look at this gauge cluster here. We have the tach right in the center, and then some information on the left and the right of that. That's pretty much all you need when you're driving this vehicle. Looking at your tach, what gear you're in as well, and of course how fast you are going. Right in the center, you'll see there's 2 air vents, and we do have a screen. This is actually very similar to my Audi R8. It's pretty much the same technology. We have this rotary dial in the middle, along with these buttons on both sides, and you can see they will correspond to what's in the corners here. So if I want to go to tuning, I'll just push on that button, and it will go to that. It's not a touchscreen system, but it's fairly easy to use, and you get used to using all of these controls. We have navigation too. You can go into car. There's radio and telephone. So we have everything that you can go into. For a supercar like this, it's a lot of usable information, so it's really nice to see. There's even a physical button for power and volume for the radio, all of the climates. This does have the front end lift as well. We have the window controls, traction control, the parking sensors. There's even an engine start stop feature, which you can start or disable. Kind of interesting to see, but if you want to use that in your supercar, you can. We have a Lamborghini over on the passenger side. This model also has a JL audio system. You saw those components up in the front too, and we have it right in the middle. A little bit of storage space right there in the center console. And then we have the drive select. So we basically have reverse. Manual is for being able to use these column mounted paddle shifters. You can see the electronic parking brake just behind that. And as you saw, there's no D, so there's no way to put it into drive. All you have to do is pull on this right paddle. You can see it automatically go into first gear. And then if you pull on both of the paddles at the same time, it will go into neutral. Then you can pull the e-brake and put it into park. The headliner is also finished off in leather. We have the dome lights, of course. And real quick, visibility test. It's not all that bad. Like I said, I own an R8. It's kind of similar. This pillar area here is a little bit more bulky on this, just a little bit different design than my car, of course. But as anything, the more you drive it, the more you get used to it, and you can figure out where your blind spots are. But I wouldn't let that deter you from buying a vehicle like this. We also do have a pretty low upper roof line here. It kind of gives you just that hunkered down look. Well, I think it's time to get this out on the road now. Let's see how this drives. Alright, so getting the Aventador out on the road. I've just had it in Strada mode and normal automatic. And you can hear slowing down there. The shifts are pretty dramatic, and I'm just going at a normal rate of speed right now. I cannot wait to get on the throttle just a little bit. But as you can probably tell from the GoPro, this is a loud car. And honestly, aside from being a little bit loud, which you can't really complain about, getting waves like that, you can't complain about that in a vehicle like this, but I think I would drive this every single day. It is that much fun. But enough talking. Let's let the car do some of this talking for me. I'm gonna put it into the manual setting. We also have, ooh, the wing went up too. Oh, I didn't get to show that earlier. But we have it in the manual setting. It's in Corsa. Like a kid, man. That single clutch definitely gives you a lot more drama to it. Oh, that wing looks so good from this angle too. All right, we're coming up to a stoplight here, where I can give it a little bit more gas. And, all right, so here we go. It's definitely not smooth like modern dual clutches are, but it gives you that drama, and it's a completely different experience than I've ever been in. I've never been able to drive a vehicle like this before. And so that is pretty cool to feel. It's interesting to see how far supercars have come with their power delivery, their transmission options. It doesn't feel like it's crazy quick. Wow. Okay, that was a slight acceleration just to feel that shift. And wow. Aside from the power though, you know, giving you that that extra aside from it giving you that extra drama, just driving it normal now, it handles so well. It's actually pretty smooth too. I'm not on the most paved or most smooth road right now, but it's fine. It's not jolting or anything like that. It's not a harsh ride. It's a little bit on the stiffer side, as you would imagine. I mean, it's handling extremely well, as you would expect. Being all-wheel drive, you have a lot more grip to drive this pretty much all the time. Now, let's put it back into Strada. And the exhaust note goes away, like, even slowing down here. A few pops, nothing bad. We'll give it one last acceleration before we switch to POV. So this is still Strada. Definitely not as much drama as Corsa mode. That's Corsa right there. So I just wanted to show real quick this angle with the door up before we get this out on the road. And you can see it's not really all that hard. So we are in now. Let's get buckled up. You can see Brian with the Huracan there. He's about to go for the same drive. I also forgot to mention too, we have a CD player. So if you want to put a CD in your Aventador, you can. So I have to take the e-brake off. We will put it in reverse. And you can see the backup camera right here with the guidelines. We have plenty of visibility. As I've put a few miles on this so far, we have this back window here. So it's easy. It's pretty easy to see all around. All right, so that was Strada. That is the default setting, of course. Let's go to Corsa now. Brakes do a great job bringing this to a stop. All right, from second gear. Woohoo! I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the wing through the rear view mirror. It's such a such a good sounding car. We have the turn signal stock, nicely placed at the bottom, so it actually doesn't get in your way, or the paddles don't get in the way from being able to use that. I am trying to keep my head as still as possible. That is what a single clutch will do to you. It gives you that drama. If you're looking for a car to liven you up, give you that excitement, not to say the newer technology with dual clutches are bad. They're definitely much smoother. They shift a lot faster. But if you're looking for that old school, this is perfect. It definitely makes you smile. And as I've already said, it gives you that drama, which is awesome to see. It's a totally different driving experience than modern vehicles. The shifts are still pretty responsive though. As soon as I hit that paddle, it's much more precise, I think, on the downshifts. Wow. That is just, oh man. It is so much fun to drive. Going to around 5,000 RPM as well, and this red line's closer to 8,200, so I'm doing about half of the potential. Oh man. Woo. that was a crazy acceleration there. So yeah, what do you guys think? The Lamborghini Aventador. This is still an expensive supercar. One of the few Lambos that have the Lambo doors that everybody wants, of course. Let's put it back into a normal automatic mode here. This is awesome. I love the interior. For a 2014, only has around 12,000 miles on it. This interior is in really good shape. All of the leather is perfect. Seats are really good.
There's not a lot of wear on this side seat where you're constantly getting in and out, and it is a low vehicle, so you're going to be dropping into the seat when you get in, so just something to expect. But those are little things when the overall picture of this vehicle is something definitely very special. I don't see any cons to this so far, aside from possibly the single clutch, which again just gives you more of that drama. But coming from an Audi R8, it's kind of, I'm gonna say it's very similar to my car. A little bit different, of course, in certain areas, power, styling, and everything like that. Maybe the only thing that I could pick apart is the trunk space up front. I have a lot more in my car than in this, and I do have more room behind my seats where I can put more items too. So it's not as daily driver friendly as far as putting in some extra storage, but it could definitely be usable. And I think if I were to buy this, I could still do the things that I do in my R8. Although you get a lot more attention in this car. One last acceleration for today. It's almost like you're driving a manual. You can feel that slight delay, like you were pushing in the clutch and going for the shift. So that's definitely awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed today's review, coming along with me to test drive a Lamborghini Aventador. Once again, massive shout out to HBI Auto for providing the supercar for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. Give the video a huge thumbs up and smash that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.